The recent Court of Appeal ruling reaffirming Julius Abure as the national chairman of the Labour Party has put an end to months of internal leadership wrangling. But even as the party settles its legal disputes, a fresh controversy looms. Allegations that the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, is working behind the scenes to weaken opposition forces and establish a one-party state. For Abure and his supporters, the court victory is a moment of relief and validation. The leadership crisis that threatened the stability of the Labour Party, which gained significant prominence in the 2023 elections. However, not everyone is celebrating. Some party members and political analysts fear that the Labour Party is being gradually co-opted by the APC. They argue that the internal crisis was not just a battle for party leadership, but part of a broader strategy to destabilize opposition parties. The allegations fuel growing concerns about Nigeria's democratic landscape, with the People's Democratic Party, PDP, also grappling with internal disputes. Some worry that the opposition is losing its ability to hold the government accountable. We'll now have a conversation about developments in the Labour Party following the Court of Appeal judgment reaffirming Julius Abure as the party's national chairman and the allegation that the party has been brought over by the APC to create a one-party state. Joining us now is Kehinde, Labour Party's national legal advisor. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.
Thank you very much, my sister.
So how has the appeal court ruling affected the Labour Party, seen as stakeholders in the party clearly seem to have lost confidence in Abure's leadership?
That is not true. Abure remains popular. Abure remains well respected among the rank and file of the Labour Party. And what we are having in the party is not actually a crisis. People want it to look like that, but it is mere squabbling, mere sparring, mere altercating, which is not unusual in an association where we have millions of people. There will be occasions where we'll have some sparring, some squabbling, some altercating, and we are taking care of it. The fact that there are some cases in court, is actually unfortunate, and the party has done its best not to have taken anybody to court, but the cases we have in court are individuals who seem, maybe who have some grievances, and we have been telling them that the best approach is that we look at it as a party and try to see how we settle these disputes and to move forward. We are happy that the judiciary has also seen it like that, and they believe that we have to look inwards to find solutions and to move forward. The only thing the courts have done is that this ship must not be allowed to sink. The judiciary believe that the Labour Party is very popular among Nigerians, and that is a major platform for Nigerians to come together to see how the country can be better. It's a major platform for Nigerians to express their wish and to contribute towards nation building. And what the courts have done so far is to ensure that nobody sinks this party, that the party continue to function, the party continues to fulfill its obligation towards Nigerians. And we are happy that the courts have actually been steadfast in maintaining that democracy must be allowed to survive, democracy must grow, and that as a voluntary association, that we must come within ourselves to ensure that we carry everybody along. So we are happy that and efforts are being made to ensure that whoever is disgruntled, whoever is not happy, is made to understand our objective as a political party, and to ensure that we remain very strong, and that if there is anything that is weakening the party, we solve it so that we can move ahead and be strong and present ourselves as a viable alternative and a strong platform for Nigerians to contribute towards nation building. So
all right.
That is the situation, and we are happy that we are getting it right.
Thank you, Mr. Kehinde. You have asserted that there are no crises within the party, but I'd like to bring your attention to the statement or the position of the 29-member caretaker committee, and which was established by the Abia State Governor Alex Otti and the Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi, who have said that Abure should stop presenting himself as the party's national chairman. Are you saying that this has no import whatsoever on the party's unity?
Well, it is unfortunate that they took that wrong step. There was an unlawful assembly in Omahia where some individuals wanted to dictate to the party. But they, by now, I'm sure they have realized that it was a mere unlawful assembly and they couldn't take any decision for the party. The route towards the leadership of the party is well defined of any political party at all. The route, how you can become a leader of a political party, is well defined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Electoral Act, and the Constitution of the Labour Party. And that was an assembly that did not have any foundation, that those who really call people to come there, they did not have the authority to actually convene any meeting that could make any decision that could be binding on that party. It is clear that there is freedom of association. People can come together, say whatever they want to say, but it is clear that if you are going to set up any body or any organization or any committee to take leadership of the party, there is a laid-down procedure which was not followed in that meeting. But we recognize that many of the people at that meeting are eminent members of the party, and we recognize that they have the freedom to make statements and to contribute towards discussions and what we are doing in the party. But it is clear that they lack the authority to make any pronouncement that is binding on the party. There are organs of the party set out in the constitution of the party, which include the National Convention, the National Executive Committee, the National Working Committee. These are bodies and committees that could take decisions and could make definite pronouncements on the way to go for the party. So that assembly of that day, many of them, though eminent members of the party, that body could not make any pronouncement that is binding of the party. They cannot take any decision that is binding of the party. But we recognize that because some of these people are eminent members of the party, they have made some statements, expressed some misgivings, some grievances, which we are looking into and which will accommodate and see how we can ensure that some of these people see reason to work with the party, to accept the authority of the party, the supremacy of the party, and to ensure that they accept the authority of the established organs of the party who can make decisions for the party. So we are getting there. And some of these things have been tested in court, not because we have taken anybody to court, because for some of that committee, there was a time that we needed to take INEC to court to settle some issues when we recognized that INEC was giving the party a cold shoulder, and we felt that the law is clear about the statutory duty of INEC and their obligations towards registered political parties. So we went to be able to get the order of court to make INEC do what is right to the party, so that the party can continue to function and continue to serve and continue to fulfill obligations towards Nigerians and the regulatory authorities. So at that moment, the committee, some of the people representing the committee came to court, and but we made them believe that if all of us love the party, if all of us believe that this is our party, we should do everything to make the party function, to make the party thrive, to make the party grow. So what we are looking for as a political party is the power to grow, the power to unite, and the power to contribute towards nation building. And anybody who believes is a member of the party, who believes is a leader of the party, should join forces with us in order to grow the party, for us to get the power to grow, the power to lead, the power to say the truth, and the power to make Nigeria better. So, and I think that these things are being recognized, and the courts have said that these things should not, there should be no squabble, because the laws of Nigeria and decided cases have actually stipulated where the leadership of this party lies. And that is what the courts have said consistently. These things should no longer continue to be litigated. The definite pronouncements have been made. And so we call on everybody who is not too pleased to see reason with us. And we think that that is how we can grow. And we need everybody. Whether you are a governor, whether you are a former presidential candidate, whether you are a ward chairman or a state chairman or a member of the National Committee, we need everybody, especially now that we are preparing for the 2027 election. We cannot afford to fail Nigerians who have shown strong faith. In 2023, we saw how fervent Nigerians are in supporting the party, and we are so grateful, and we think, let's go again. And though we believe that we won that election, but some things happened, and we didn't get the result we deserve. Now that we have another opportunity.
Mr. Edu, allow me to interrupt you. But before I ask my question, I find it a bit funny, that you still believe that you won the 2023 election despite the court ruling. And this same court ruling now, you are pleased with it because it favors you, but that's an aside anyway. Now, in the meantime, there are allegations that the Labour Party has been brought over by the ruling party, APC, who they believe is allegedly trying to turn Nigeria into a one-party state. I'd like you to react to this, seeing the level of defiance from both sides, from both camps within the Labour Party, and it seems nobody is willing to negotiate or, settle the rift. What are your thoughts on allegations that the APC has brought over the leadership of the Labour Party?
First of all, it is not true that nobody is willing to come round to settlement. Everybody is willing, both sides. I can assure you that very shortly you will hear about the efforts we have been making. And I think that nobody is defiant. Both camps, whether they are they call themselves the caretaker committee, whether they are called themselves, whatever they call themselves, everybody is coming together. Everybody believes that we cannot afford to fail Nigerians. And as to infiltration, we don't believe that. We have not seen that. APC as a political party will do everything to be stronger. So that is a challenge to us. We have to do everything to be stronger, to be strongest in Nigeria. So nobody has been bought over, and it is not true that anybody has been paid to do anything. But we respect all political parties, and we believe that they have their programs. They want to ensure that this is competition. Competition should be fair, should be healthy, and as far as we are concerned, the party has not been bought over. The party is still resolute, and the party is strong, and the party is determined. And no matter, this is a game. They want to dribble you. Every political party wants to have its programs. Every political party has its program and its intention. But as far as we are concerned, we are doing the best we can do, and it is not true. The party will not allow itself to be bought over, and the party has not been bought over, and we have not even seen any overtures from anybody to buy the party over, because they know that we are not going to allow that, and it will be an insult to us for anybody to offer us money, because this is beyond money. This is beyond us as individuals. This is about Nigeria. This is about the masses of people. This is about 250 million people. So how will anybody want to attempt? It will be an insult, and it will be resisted. And as far as I'm concerned, as far as we are concerned, nobody has approached us, and nobody can approach us to even offer anything to buy the party.
Oh, well, but apparently there are some stakeholders who are still displeased with the leadership issues in the party, especially considering the chairmanship of Julius Abure. What impact do you think this would have on the party's political prospects, especially looking at the forthcoming elections?
Every political party has its challenges. There is no national chairman that is not being opposed by some individuals, by some group. We have to understand that in a democracy, there will always be dissenting voices. But at the end of the day, it is the ability to be able to carry everybody along, the ability to make everybody believe in the project, that even if not everybody will be happy, you cannot have a party with about maybe 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, and you think everybody will be happy with the chairman. There will be a few people, but we have to make them believe that let us, as much as possible, focus on what is right, focus on developing the party, even if there will be one or two cases of disagreement. We'll try to resolve it. We'll try to make everybody believe. We'll try to make everybody focus so that we work hard. It is not unusual that one or two people will be unhappy. But let us see how we can make them happy, how we can make them believe in what we are doing, how we can make them support what we are doing, so that at the end of the day, we come out very, very strong. Even though inside, we see a lot of things, but we'll resolve it. You cannot have your way all the time. The majority will continue to have their way, while the views of the minority will still be accommodated, and we'll see how we can improve. Yes, some of these dissenting voices, they make for improvement if their views are considered.
In the meantime, there are calls, for opposition parties to form a credible coalition that can successfully challenge the APC in 2027. Is the Labour Party on board with this idea, and what plans are in place to manage the egos and personalities that are expected to align?
Well, Labour Party has a lot of strong and powerful individuals, and you cannot expect that there will not be some maybe friction, but we are trying to manage it. As to a coalition, as far as I'm concerned, we are good to go as we are. But I'm not saying that I'm discouraged. But for now, we are not part of any coalition. We are not part of any arrangement. We are building, and we are getting stronger. We are positioning ourselves as a political party to be able to at least go for it, go for the ultimate prize, win the presidency of Nigeria in the next election. But I'm not saying that efforts are not being made. But as far as we are concerned as a political party, we are not part of any coalition for now.
Talking about strong personalities in the Labour Party, Julius Abure, the chairman of the party, has said that he would withdraw automatic ticket for Obi and Oti in the 2027 elections, and of course saying that they should not have been made by leadership that was committed to reconciliation in a crisis-ridden party. How do you think this would impact the prospect, and looking at all of the political play when it comes to the elections that are still coming up in the country?
Well, we should get better all the time. Democracy must improve. We must continue to refine it. We must continue to show that there's internal democracy. It has been said that a major problem for political parties in Africa is lack of internal democracy, lack of transparency, lack of level playing ground. What we have done is to show that anybody at all, any member of the party, should be given the opportunity, should be given the level playing ground. anybody can have a shot at the presidency. Anybody should be given the opportunity if he wants to become the presidential candidate of the party, and so be it. So what we are doing is actually in the best interest of the party, in the best interest of whoever will emerge as the presidential candidate, in the best interest of His Excellency Peter Obi. So let it not be seen that people are being silenced, that people are being cowed, that people are being stopped, that people are being stifled, that the opportunity has not been given to them. Obi will be a better presidential candidate if he has allowed himself to subject himself to the supremacy of the party and engage in fair competition with anybody who wants to be a candidate. In a situation where you say you handpick somebody and that is the candidate and everybody should keep quiet, I think it's not good enough. It's not good enough for the party. It's not good enough for the candidate that will emerge at the end of the day. So we are trying to make things better. Even in the 2023 general election, at the primaries, we did not say nobody should contest. People came to that people. There are many people who bought form, who are aspirants, but many of them, they agree to step down. So there was a consensus. So at this time too, even though there will be many aspirants, at the end of the day, if there is a consensus, nobody will argue with it. What the law says is that even if there is consensus, there must still be voting. There must be, even if at the end of the day we have maybe 10 aspirants, we have 20 aspirants, we have 1 or 2 or 3, there must still be voting. So what we are saying here is that we cannot say, oh, because we have somebody, nobody else can contest. That is lack of internal democracy. That is lack of transparency. That is lack of level playing ground. And for that reason, we have done what is right in trying to say that.
Very well
because
said.
We have
National
somebody,
Legal Advisor. I'm so sorry, we're completely out of time. National Legal Advisor, Labour Party, Mr. Kehinde Edu, thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.